What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Cover 2K, and I'm back with another video. Also, go subscribe to my other channel if y'all see this. It's literally Cover 2K, but I'm back with another video, and we are going against the Packers. But we will not watch this game. I think we watched the Ravens last time. Yeah, we lost 23-10. It was a bad game. But you know, hey, in our losing streak, every coach would do it. Words do, however, lead to actions, and the team needs someone to lead them back to winning football. Hey, we in a rebuild year. We know the team's in the middle of a rebuild, but 2 losses to start the season doesn't inspire confidence. When are you expecting this team to turn the corner and get some wins? Winning is not our focus, but it starts now. Building a winning culture is key, even in a rebuild that turns around starts today. Guaranteed. Bold prediction. I skipped that too fast. Anyways, let's see what we got here. See, I was conflicted on what game I wanted to watch. It was either between the Steelers or the Patriots. So it was between the Steelers or the Patriots. And we're going to play the Steelers just because we open it up against 3 of our divisional opponents to see how they look throughout the season. They're going to be only divisional matchups that we are going to watch. So we lose to the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Deshaun Kaiser, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers for him. As you go to rushing, Duke Johnson, 16 for 65. Ty Montgomery didn't do much. Or Jamal Williams, Deshaun Kaiser, 3 for 17. And Isaiah Crowell got the rushing touchdown. Corey Coleman, 11 for 150. Devontae, 7 for 77. David Njoku had the 2 touchdowns from Deshaun Kaiser. Jordy Nelson also had a touchdown. Interception is kind of crazy, I ain't gonna lie. So Randall Cobb also did his thing. Josh Gordon, 2 for 19. And as you go to defense, 15 tackles from Kevin King. He was getting cooked by Corey Coleman. A sack for Danny Shelton and Martavius Adams. And who got the interception? Jabril Peppers, the rookie, got the interception, returned to for 20 yards. So there's that for that game. And we defeat the Lions. So we get our first win on the season. Matthew Stafford, 2-1. Deshaun Kaiser also 2-1. Duke Johnson, 14 for 73. Deshaun Kaiser, 8 for 28. Theo Reddick had a fumble. Isaiah Crowell, 8 for 23. Corey Coleman, 8 for 103 and a touchdown. David Njoku, 4 for 56. You got Golden Tate and Marvin Harrison. They came out to play. Josh Gordon, 4 for 35. Seth Duval, 1 touchdown, 2 for 33. Dara Reddick also had a receiving touchdown. And for the defensive side of the ball, Jarrell Davis with 14 sacks. Anthony Zelton with a sack, and Jermaine with a sack. And Myles Garrett had his official half a sack, I guess. And Bobby Calhoun had an interception. So that rounded out that game, and Minnesota blew us out the water. We didn't score to the 4th quarter. Look at that right there, 38-8. Case Keenum, 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. Deshaun Kaiser went 1-1 with 123 yards. Latavius Murray, 17 for 65 and a touchdown. Duke is actually having solid rushing numbers. But yeah, Bryce Butler, 6 for 99. Adam Thielen, 6 for 102. Seth Duval had another touchdown. Corey Coleman, stats weren't this great this game, 4 for 34. Dalvin Cook also had 2 touchdowns. Dang. I mean, we were just getting cooked. Case Keenum came in here and cooked us. Terrence Knight had 2 sacks. Anthony Barr had a sack. Griffin had a sack. Interceptions went to Xavier Rhodes. So we're going to officially hop into this Steelers game. And we're going to look at Snoop Dogg. He got the Snoop Dogg got the towel, waving it around. He a Steelers fan. Hey, just for that, we gotta cook this. This is the game we gotta cook the Steelers, bro. Snoop Dogg came in here. He's waving a towel for the Steelers, and we're going against the Killer Bees as well. We're going against the Killer Bees. As you see on the season, we're 1-4. Spencer Rudolph trying to lead his team to their first divisional win. Steelers are 4-0. Mike Tomlin over there coaching one of the best teams in the AFC. So we're going to have to see what this matchup is like. Can we finally get our win over divisional opponents? Or are we going to take another L to divisional opponents and go 0-3 in the division to start the year? Let's see. We're a couple weeks in. DeShone Kizer first play of the game, and it's an end around. He throws the ball, and that was a risky play. Joe Hayden is also on the side. I think this is his first year when he's with the Steelers, so we'll see what's up with that. He left Cleveland, and we're going to try to get our revenge. Isaiah Crowell picks up the first down, but it's an injury. It's an injury, and it looked like it's going to be Cleveland. So we pick up our first down of the game. That's a good start, good sign for us. DeShone Kizer, the ball is snapped. It's a play action pass. DeShone, what are you going to do? And it's caught. It is caught. And I also forgot who that is so far once. I think, is it Josh Cribbs? I think it's Josh Cribbs. I forgot. But right here, I think that's Seth Duvall. He's going to take it all the way down to the 24-yard line. DeShone Kizer is cooking the Steelers so far, and the Browns are trying to get their first win, their first division win of the season. Duke Johnson, he makes nothing. He makes something out of nothing. He makes something out of nothing. DeShone Kizer, he's working with a 2nd and 1 right now after that Duke Johnson long run, and it's another Duke Johnson run. He's going to try to get this touchdown, but he gets stopped. And Duke Johnson could have had the touchdown if he didn't try to juke into the defender, which he did twice. So we're at the 7-yard line, and it's looking like a good start for Cleveland. Let's see if they can cap it off with a touchdown, or is it going to be a field goal? We give it to Isaiah Crowell. He's going to get stopped at the 3-yard line. And once again, I forgot to change Isaiah Crowell to, his skin color. This isn't his skin color, but I forgot to change it. We're going to change it. Don't worry. Next episode, I know I say that a lot, but it's a touchdown. Dave Njoku scored the first touchdown for Cleveland in this matchup. Dave Njoku has, I think that's his first touchdown. No, it's not his first touchdown this season, but it's his first touchdown that we possibly saw watching the game. So we're going to see how the Steelers can respond, if they can respond, or if our defense can hold and match them up. Lock them up. Let's see if they can do it. And they pick up a first down. That was so easy for them. Nobody was in sight. 10 yards don't matter. No one was in that area. So Ben Roethlisberger goes back to pass again. He's going to dump it off, and that's only a 3-yard pickup. And that was some good tackling by our linebacker. I think that was Joe Sherbert right there. So that was good tackling. Ben Roethlisberger is calling for the ball again. They're going to also pass one more time, and that's a great deflection. If our defender was close to that, that would have been a pick six. We would have took that to the house. But Ben Roethlisberger working with a 3rd and 7. Let's see if he can pick it up, and he does, picks it up, and I think that's Antonio Brown. Yes, it is. And we're going against the Killer Bee Steelers. This is one of the most deadliest, Steelers team ever. This is the best Steelers team they ever had with that big 3. Sadly, they weren't able to get a championship, and Martavis Bryant catches it, but he gets stopped short. It's a 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4 from the 4, and they're at the 40-yard line. And they haven't ran with oh my God, what a terrible throw by Ben Roethlisberger, but they haven't ran with Le'Veon Bell one time this drive. So they're going empty backfield, and it slants across the middle, and they picked up the first down. Jason McCourty gets his 3rd tackle of the game. And that's Hunter. Is that Justin Hunter? I don't know, but that's Hunter. And I think that was Kenny Britt that was also on a team. So Ben Roethlisberger completes that and picks up the first down. So they are now in field goal range. Let's see if Le'Veon Bell gets the ball right here. He haven't got the ball. And no, it's a play action. He still does not get the ball. And he gets tackled. He gets sacked by Myles Garrett. And that's his first official sack of the season. I know he had a half a sack, but half a sack don't count. So Myles Garrett gets his first official sack of the season and of his career. his long career that's going to extend past Cleveland. And we get a good deflection right there. That was a good deflection from the team. So let's see, they're working with a 3rd and 16. Le'Veon Bell have not gotten the ball one time this drive. Ben Roethlisberger steps up and he finds a man wide open across the middle, and he's going to take it down to the 7. Now, that man was so wide open, and that was Juju Smith-Schuster. He was so wide open over the middle. Look, the linebacker wasn't even paying him no mind. He got right behind the defense, and he picked it. Oh, hey, is it Le'Veon Bell time finally? Let's see if Le'Veon Bell can. Oh, no, they're going to pass the ball again, and that was good pressure by the defense. So they're second and goal at the 7-yard line. Let's see what they can do. They send a receiver in motion. Seems like it's about to be another pass. Yes, it is. Le'Veon Bell still does not get the ball, but he get the ball right there, and we stop him. He only picks up 3 yards. 3rd and goal, 4-yard line. Let's see what they got drew. Let's see what they drew up here. Send another receiver in motion. He comes back, and let's see what Ben Roethlisberger. He steps up the pass, and he gets by the defense, and he scores. Jesse James scores the ball, but Jason McCourty had the tackle, and he let the defense get right behind him. Look at this right here. He stepped up, jump pass, and Jason McCourty was the closest defender next to him. Sadly, he wasn't able to get him. Steelers tied the game up, and they converted like 3 third downs this whole drive. And this whole drive was just Ben Roethlisberger just throwing the ball. Literally, this whole drive. 13 plays, 81 yards, and he took off 4 minutes on the clock. This whole drive was just them throwing the ball. Le'Veon did not touch it one time except for in the goal line, and it was a pass. So DeShone Kizer goes back to pass, and he airs it out, and it's incomplete. But regardless of that, it was a holding call anyway, so we're going to have to back up Joe Thomas, and he rarely gets them holding calls. Y'all know Joe Thomas is a Hall of Famer. He's going to stay in Cleveland, remain in Cleveland. We don't care how much we have to pay him, but he's going to remain a Cleveland Brown for life, just like how he was in real life. DeShone Kizer steps up, and he throws it away. So we're 2nd and 20 at the 20-yard line, actually. DeShone Kizer goes back to pass. What is he looking for? He dumps it off, and Seth Duval has 2 catches, 39 yards. That was only a 5-yard pickup. 3rd and 15 from the 25-yard line. Goes back to pass, and he has all the protection in the world, and he almost completes it. He almost completes it, but good defense by the Steelers, and the Steelers gets the ball right back. Ben Roethlisberger, another pass, and it's deflected. It was deflected that time by Bello, whoever that is. So good defense by him. Total yards, you see 106 to 111. Let's see if Le'Veon can get the ball right here. Can he get the ball? And they finally gives it to Le'Veon Bell, and he gets 4 yards, but he also gets tackled. So we got to hold them. They completed 4 third down conversions, and that was only on one drive. So let's see if they can get their 5th one right here. Ben Roethlisberger throws back the pass, and they do, and Antonio Brown is wide open across the middle for like 25 yards or so. Defense was allergic to step up. Antonio Brown picks up the 1st down, and I don't know what defense that was. No defender was next to him whatsoever. Linebackers leave the middle of the field wide open once again. And I think that's our biggest spot on this defense is linebackers. I think we're going to need more linebackers to match up. And Le'Veon Bell gets the ball. He picks up 6 yards, 2nd and 4 for him. And that was good, tough running from Le'Veon Bell. So they're 2nd and 4 from the 23-yard line. Let's see what the defense can do. Ben Roethlisberger goes back to pass, and he overthrows, but it is a flag. And what's the flag? And it's holding, which will take them back 10 yards so they can be 2nd and 14 from the 33, 2nd and 14. Let's see what Ben Roethlisberger got on a day. They give it off to Le'Veon Bell, and Le'Veon Bell gets stopped, and he picks up about 3 yards. 3 to 2 yards. They converted every third down. They sent Le'Veon Bell out wide. Let's see what Ben Roethlisberger can do. Do we have another play? Do we have another third down? And we get to a Myles Garrett. And as I said, Myles Garrett is going to be a Brown for life, just like Joe Thomas. And look at that run by Duke Johnson. And it's almost the end of the first quarter, but let's see how the Browns act. Actually, let's see how the Browns can they score? Are they going to score? Let's see. Play action pass. DeShone Kizer stepped up and he completes the pass to number 85. That's David Njoku. Third and four. Third and four for Cleveland. Third and four for Cleveland. Can we pick up this first down? Who's it going to go to? DeShone Kizer has the ball. And wow, that was actually crazy. He was open on the slant as well. So we're going to do some simulating here. And Le'Veon Bell runs it. Okay, Juju Smith-Schuster and Martavis Bryant for 13. Martavis Bryant for 6. We get a sack. Joe Sherbert, and it's 3rd and 12 for the Steelers. They have completed 5 third downs, and they incompleted 1. So let's see if they can get another one. And they do over the middle once again, and that's their sweet spot. Wide open over the middle. Juju Smith-Schuster gets a first down for the Steelers to extend the drive. And Ben Roethlisberger is always looking over the middle because he knows the linebackers in Cleveland isn't that good. So a throwaway, a 4-yard pickup by Le'Veon Bell, and they're another 3rd and 4. So they're 6-1 on third downs. They're 6-1. Let's see if the Browns can get off of the field. Let's see. We send a blitz, and yes, we do get off of the field. So they kick a field goal, and DeShone Kizer, he got a 3rd down. Let's see what he can do. And look at that. Seth Duval picks up the first down. Seth Duval picks up the first down after making a defender miss, after making a move, but we do nothing. We get a field goal out of that. So it's the 2-minute warning for the Steelers. They're 2nd and 12 and wide open. Wide open. Why is that receiver open? So we have a 3rd and 12 right here. Let's see if the Steelers can complete another 3rd down or can they not? And they throw a screen pass. Le'Veon Bell tries to pick it up and he does not. Time out for Cleveland. Let's see if they got the 2-minute drill in the bag for them. 1st and 10. DeShone Kizer hands it off to Duke Johnson, and he has 7 rushes for 28 yards. And Duke Johnson, we hurried up offense. DeShone Kizer is going to audible out of this. We're 2nd and 7. Drops back the pass, and he's going to dump it off to Duke Johnson, and Duke Johnson picks up the first down. So we're here. We're going to try to see what we can do. DeShone Kizer is making all the audibles in the world, and he's going to drop back the pass again. He's going to step up. He's going to throw a jump pass, and that one should have been caught, but Artie Burns knocks it away. So 2nd and 10 for Cleveland at the 36-yard line. They have 56 seconds left to go down the field to either take the lead or tie the game. DeShone Kizer has it. He throws it over the middle once again to Isaiah Crowell, and they called an early timeout, which was not needed. As you see, 3rd down conversions, 2 for 7. We're 3rd and 4. Let's see if we can pick this up. Yes, we do, but it's going to be a holding after Dave Njoku catches it, and it's going to be a holding call. Yes, it is. We already knew what was going to happen. Holding on Roderick Johnson. So we're 3rd and 14, looking to pick this up and looking to extend the drive. We only completed 3 third down conversions. They completed 7. Let's see if we got this one in the bag. DeShone Kizer throws it. He dumps it off, and I don't know where that was going at, but it gets Duke Johnson popped, and he gets stopped in his tracks. So we're entering a whole new half. Play action pass, and we send pressure towards Ben Roethlisberger. We sent the pressure, and that's what you want to see. You want to see us send pressure like that and get to quarterbacks. That's what our defense is capable of. So Ben Roethlisberger goes down with 2nd and 16 from the 24-yard line. Let's see what he can do. They snap the ball, and Le'Veon Bell was wide open. Le'Veon Bell was wide open right there. So they have a 3rd and 6. Le'Veon has his X factor. Yes, he do. And they pick up another First down over the middle. Bruh, this third down D, bruh. It's a lot of stuff we're going to have to need. We're going to build through the draft. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but it's a lot of stuff that I need to build throughout the draft. And Ben Roethlisberger, he steps up and he throws the ball. Le'Veon breaks one tackle. He breaks two tackles. And Le'Veon Bell is gone. Le'Veon Bell just scored like a 50-plus yard touchdown, and I don't know what that was from the defense. Look at this right here. He moved in the pocket and jumped past, and we could not tackle him. We had two people, Joe Sherbert and Brian Bobby Calhoun. We had two people try to get him. We could not, but let's see if the Browns can respond. And they open up the half, and they throw it to Seth Duval. He has been a reliable target for DeShone Kizer so far this season, and so far this game, and so far the games that we have been watching. So credit to DeShone Kizer. Credit to Seth Duval. We throw a pass, and I don't know where that was going, but it picks up nothing. We get nothing out of that. They have 8 third down completions. We have 2. So let's see if we can get one right here to try to extend the lead, to try to see what we doing. And it's going to be pass interference. We get bailed by the referee right there. I don't know what that was by DeShone Kizer, but Sean Davis bails the Cleveland Browns out, and we move closer to field goal range. And we have DeShone Kizer. It looks like it's a run, and it's going to be a run. Isaiah Crowell, and he picks up the first down and some more. We're at the 28-yard line now. So DeShone Kizer, he wants this score. He wants this team to score. He want to defeat the Killer Bees. And let's see if he can defeat them. He drops back the pass. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to run, and he's going to slide in this 3-yard pickup. And I think that Joe Thomas is down. Our offensive line have been so good today. I don't even know if DeShone Kizer has been sacked today. No, he have not. I don't think he has been sacked. But we are going to throw the ball, and it's caught at the 15-yard line. I think that was Corey Coleman that caught the ball. So we're at the 15-yard line. This looks like it's going to be a run, and it is going to be a run. Yes, sir. Duke Johnson, I think that is Duke Johnson. He picks up a ton of yards, and he's down to the 2-yard line. 13-yard pickup by Duke Johnson. And who's in the backfield? Who's going to get the ball? Isaiah Crowell, and he gets stuffed. Isaiah Crowell gets stuffed behind the line for no gain. At least it was a no gainer and not negative yardage. So we'll live with that any day of the week. We're going to hand the ball off again. Duke Johnson, and he gets over the first down. He gets over and gets a touchdown. He reached for it, and that was a good play by Duke Johnson. A good play by Duke Johnson. As you see, it's 17-20. Right now, we have the ball midfield. We have the ball in field goal range, actually. Duke Johnson picks up 1 yard right there. 265 for 363 yardage. As you see, Isaiah Crowell, he gets the screen pass, and he picks up the first down. Brian Allen tackled him, but it was too late. Isaiah Crowell picks up the first down already. And there's a couple seconds left before this quarter ends. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And the Steelers get the sack. That's their first sack that I saw of the game. Half of this have been simulated most likely, but that's the Steelers' first sack, and we're 2nd and 18. So let's see what DeShone Kizer got. DeShone Kizer throws it into double coverage. I don't know why he did that, but he did try to target his number 1 wide receiver, which is reasonable for that type of situation. But Corey Coleman isn't up there yet. Let's hope he gets a superstar status. And we're gone. That pass was crazy. That pass was crazy, but we did tie the game up, and the Steelers have the ball. Le'Veon Bell still has his X factor. He's still going to be doing big things, and he's going to go deep. And who is that to? Martavis Bryant? No, it is incomplete. Jason McCourty is going to celebrate his deflection, and they're 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line, trying to cross midfield, trying to extend his game, trying to take the lead, actually. So let's see what the Steelers can do. And it's caught by Antonio Brown. He reaches over the first down line. As you saw, Antonio Brown picked the ball out. It's no secret there. I think that was Jamar Taylor that had the tackle on him. So Jamar Taylor have a tough matchup against Antonio Brown. They're going to audible that at the 44-yard line. Ben Roethlisberger drops back the pass, and he's gonna almost throw an interception. If Jamar Taylor just would have got his hands out, that would have went to the crib. That could have been another pick six right there. We had two almost pick sixes, and we try to send pressure, and it's wide open over the middle. And that middle is always open. Juju Smith-Schuster is cooking us more than Antonio Brown is cooking us. So you know how that was in real life. Juju Smith-Schuster was getting all the love since Antonio Brown was getting double teamed and all that whatnot. But it is a flag for the Steelers after they pick up about like 6 yards right there. It's a flag which will send them back 7 yards. So Juju Smith-Schuster got an illegal block in the back, and they're 1st and 17. 1st and 17 for the Steelers. Let's see what they can do there at the 20-yard line. And it's caught over the middle again, and I can't complain about that because that was good defense. So they're 2nd and 9, and they pick up a ton of yards right there. Le'Veon Bell goes nowhere. He picks up 1 yard, though. At least it wasn't a negative for the Steelers. They got something positive out of that. So we're 3rd and 8. Let's see if the defense can get a stop. Let's see what we can do. Le'Veon Bell is nobody in this facility, and he runs out of bounds. 7 catches, 101 yards for Le'Veon, and he has a touchdown. Don't forget that long touchdown that he had, 60-plus yard touchdown. So we try to stop Le'Veon Bell, and we do. We stop him. And that was good defense. Holton, he held his own against Le'Veon Bell right there. He literally held his own. So they got James Conner in, and James Conner gets the ball. And he gets into the end zone. James Conner takes the lead for the Steelers, and he's going to mock Duke Johnson with his dance. So DeShone Kizer has 6 minutes left. Let's see what he can do. He hands the ball off to Duke Johnson, and he picks up only 3 yards. Right here, we have a 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7. DeShone Kizer goes back to pass, and he gets dropped. And that's their second sack of the game. Both of their sacks are coming in the 4th quarter. Look at that. 2 third-down conversions to R10. Let's see what DeShone Kizer and his Cleveland Browns can do. So they send Isaiah Crowell in motion, and it looks like it's a flag. And look at that. Why did he slip? No. He slipped on a free play. We got a free play. We got another bailout on 3rd down, and that's a free play. If he didn't trip, he would have had that automatically. So Isaiah Crowell has the ball. He's going to take it down to the 15-yard line. Isaiah Crowell, he has been big for us in the games we have been watching. Duke Johnson. So we have a 1st and 10. Let's see what we can do right here. 5 minutes. The time is winding down. We send a lineman in motion. He comes back in the backfield, and he goes and try. He's not even blocking. He wasn't even blocking. I was watching him the whole time. That man was not blocking the whole time, and they get another sack. All these sacks have come from the 4th quarter. Like I said before, all these sacks have been in the 4th quarter. So we're 2nd and 20 right now. Let's see what we can do. We're going to hand the ball off to Isaiah Crowell. He only picks up a yard. So we're 3rd and 19. Hopefully we can get this one, or we can get another bailout. A bailout would be nice. And he throws it, and it's deflected. You got clamped by a line. Is that Casey Hayward? That is. He got clamped by Casey Hayward. So we were forced to go for a field goal. It's 2 minutes left. Le'Veon Bell, he runs a defender over, and Jamar Taylor picks up the tackle. So as you see, it's 2nd and 1 at the 41-yard line. 23-27. Cleveland needs everything. They need to stop, and they are not going to get it, but they do use their last and final time out. So they're at the 34-yard line. They're in field goal range now. Let's see what Cleveland can do. And they get Le'Veon, and that's a loss of 1 right there. That was Myles Garrett and Jason McCourty both tackling him behind the line. And we have no timeouts left. So the Steelers can just run this clock out and they can just move on to 5-0. Or the Browns can try to get the ball back. They have 2 more plays to try to do that, but it's going to be less than a minute left. So let's see what they can do. And Myles Garrett gets him behind the line again. Myles Garrett is coming up big with them last 2 tackles. And as I said, they running right here. It's going to be less than a minute left. So is it really worth it? And they're 3rd and 6. And they're going to throw the ball. And we force him to throw an incompletion. Myles Garrett once again. Myles Garrett once again forced him to throw an incompletion. And the Steelers are going to punt the ball. They're not going to kick the field goal. Even though they have Chris Boswell, someone that's automatic from kicking range. So they pin us at the 16. DeShone Kizer 18 for 29, 201 yards, and a touchdown for DeShone Kizer. So let's see what DeShone Kizer can do. First and 10 from the 16-yard line. Let's see if DeShone Kizer can make a miracle happen. And no. So they pick up 7 yards right there. That was a perfect pass. So DeShone Kizer drops back to pass again. And Seth Duval, as I said, Seth Duval have been the highlight of our season so far, along with Corey Coleman and Myles Garrett. Them 3 top players have been the highlight of our season. DeShone Kizer, he's going to spike the ball. And we're gonna try to see if we can score. We're 39 yards out. We need a touchdown. A field goal isn't going to win us the game. And he spins off of a tackle, and it's an injury timeout. So the Steelers had to use a timeout. So we got lucky right there. Look at the 3rd down conversion percentages. 3 to 11. 3 to 11 is kind of crazy. They had 11 3rd down conversions. That's kind of crazy for them. So DeShone Kizer gets sacked. Get down to the ground, DeShone Kizer. And let's see if we can extend this lead. Extend this drive. DeShone Kizer drops back to pass. And Seth Duval once again picks up another 1st down for the team. So we're going to spike the ball with 18 seconds left, and we're at the 20-yard line. We need 20 yards to get into the end zone, and let's see if we can do it right here. DeShone Kizer goes back to pass, and he's going to throw it away. So we're 3rd and 10 with 13 seconds left. Let's see what we got. Do DeShone Kizer have his first game-winning drive of his career? And how do you Corey Coleman drop that? Corey Coleman could not come up with the ball. He dropped it. And 4th down conversions, it's 1-zip. We just completed that one last 3 plays ago. And we're going to throw it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. The Steelers, the Killer Bees, are going to advance to 5-0. Cleveland is going to fall to 1-5 on the season, which makes no sense. Corey Coleman should have had the ball. He should have caught the ball, and that was a good game from Cleveland. I think they played their best game of the season, offensively and defensive-wise. So the Steelers are celebrating this W. They're going to walk out here with a W. And as you see highlights from the game right there, Le'Veon Bell took it all away, and that was some play right there. We should have. That was some play. DeShone Kizer, that was a play to David Njoku, a touchdown to David Njoku. David Njoku had a couple plays this game as well, but even though we came out and scored first, we strike first, it was not enough to get the W. And right there, the Jason McCourty could have had a big play right there, and that was a 3rd down. But every 3rd down they completed almost every 3rd down was their first drive. So 32 of 45, 22 for 36, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Le'Veon, 18 for 49, 12 for 50, 7 for 43. Le'Veon, 8 for 103. And that play was 59 yards, by the way. And Juju was cooking us. Juju, 7 for 113. He was cooking us. Seth Duval had 6 for 112. He was coming up clutch. Seth Duval was actually coming up clutch the whole game. Josh Gordon basically was doing nothing. Duke Johnson Jamar Teller had 10 tackles. Sacks go to Myles Garrett, Javon Hargrave. And as you see right here, you can see all the sacks. No interceptions because nobody had any turnovers this game. It was just it was a good game. More of the story. So we're going to check out the weekly recaps. As I said, every week that we play a game, I'm going to show y'all weekly recaps of what's going on around the league so y'all can get acquainted to players. And as you see, they're always going to show our games unless we're on a bye week, which I won't check it out on a bye week. I don't know. For future references, it's up to y'all, actually, if y'all want me to check it out on a bye week. So as you see, Deshaun Kaiser had a good game. Ben Roethlisberger had an even better game. Le'Veon and Juju Smith-Schuster cooked us. So 4-1 Titans versus the 5-0 Raiders. That's surprising records for both of these teams in 2017. And it looks like, is this Josh Jacobs? I think this Josh Jacobs or Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray, as you see, Marcus Mariota and his team 4-2. Derek Carr took his team to 6-0. Why did I say David Carr? 4-1 Buffalo Bills, 3-1 Atlanta Falcons. Once again, surprising. Buffalo Bills, I guess you can. Well, Buffalo made it to the playoffs this season, but Buffalo Bills beat the fuck. And that's Charles Clay. He trucked whoever. I think that was Deion Jones. So 28-17. As you see the score right there, and that was weekly recaps for games, for top games around the league. And I'm glad they added that back, by the way. But, selective games is kind of crazy as well. Should add more. But as you see, this is the draft class for all the teams. Shaquan is still projected to go number 1. Baker Mayfield is kind of crazy. The Patriots, and they got Tom Brady. That's kind of crazy. So as you see all around the league, and I don't know where our pick is at. I don't even know if the Browns pick is right here. We are projected to take Taven Bryan, Sam Darnold, Mike Hughes, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson could be one of the ones that we take if it comes down to that. I don't know. We have 2 picks We have 2 picks. Derwin James is another defensive player that I wouldn't mind taking, or Mika Fitzpatrick, or, just Jesse Bates is also up here as well. So we'll see what we can do. We'll see who we're going to take. And that's the first 30 people. That's the first round, actually. So we're going to hop into assimilating. 2 touchdowns for Deshaun Kaiser. Duke Johnson 9 for 59. Jay Cutler had a rushing touchdown. That's fake. But Corey Coleman 5 for 59. He's continuing his solid season. David Njoku, look at David, 7 for 49 and a touchdown. And yeah, that we beat them. We beat the Dolphins. 2 sacks for Terrence Knight. 1 for Myles Garrett. Once again, Myles Garrett is just heating up. And as you see, the Patriots game, the one we were going to watch, we lost 17-24. Tom Brady 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Deshaun Kaiser 2 touchdowns and an interception. Duke Johnson 14 for 51. Rex Burkhead 8 for 33 and a touchdown. David Njoku. Tom Brady also had a rushing touchdown, by the way. My odds was deceiving me. I had to go back for that. David Njoku 8 for 80 and a touchdown. Corey Coleman also had a touchdown. Josh Gordon had his best game. As you see, sacks right here. Joe Sherber had a sack, and Danny Shelton. And then, rest of them are, Patriots players. And an interception goes to Nate Ebron. And now that we made it right here, we're 2-6. The Jets are 1-7. We're going to try to see if we can get our first win against the Jets. We're averaging 16, they're averaging 14. They're allowing, I think, 23, and we're allowing 23 as well. So we're going to try to see if we can get our first win against the Jets. They're 1-7. Again, we're 2-6. Let's see if we can get our first win against the Jets. Let's see if we can beat them. And as you see, the standings are right here. Raiders are the best team. And as you see, the stats right here, mid-season stats. And it's not surprising at all. But let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we're going to be back with another video in about like 2-3 days maybe. So like, comment, subscribe. Follow my other YouTube, Cover 2K. And I'm out. Peace.